All right. Good morning, everybody. Early morning crypto talk. Bitcoin Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for coming in. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you are listening in from. Bright and sunny here in LA. Tommy Adum. Welcome. Nicholas Martinson from Sweden. Shane West, Chicago. Cleve Stewart, New York. Tommy, what's he saying? What's the name of the smartphone? Yeah, Tommy, I'll cover that. In fact, we have a Valentine's special going on over the next 7 days. You'll be able to still get your SIM card for $300. It hasn't gone up yet. So if you didn't fail to do it last month, you can still do it now. Tommy, just go to go5mobile.com. Go, the number 5, mobile. I'll put it here in the chat box. Welcome. Lashana, about to get paid. Robinson, Bethany Gibbs from Seattle. Tony Pinkston from Philadelphia. Jonna Jones from Ohio. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What's your vehicle of choice to make that happen? KGX. Take action, make a decision, stay focused, and do not get distracted. Now, this will not guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, so let's get started. We had a very, very busy day today. Yesterday I didn't even have free time. We did crypto talk. We had a update call with Green, which is what took up most of my time because, as you might think, after the update call, my phone starts blowing up with people who act like they weren't even on the update call. So I had to go over it all over again, and we did a private, call it like the after show talk on our KGX community group. So if you did not hear that, you can just go to, let me show you, go to our KGX community group, click on videos, and here you will see the talk I did yesterday. In fact, the last two of them has to do with Green. This one, when was this one? This was before the update call. So that was a week ago. Let's talk Green. And then this one here was from yesterday. So everything that Dave said, I attempted to break down in layman's terms for those, because I know that what all that technical mumbo jumbo he was talking about, at the end of the day, the average person, all they want to know is, how much money am I going to make? But to know how much money you're going to make, you got to understand the process. You got to go through the process. So that's what we covered yesterday. So let's see, what's the market doing today? The market is skyrocket. Figures, you know what? Why does this always happen to me? And I'm sure this happens to you guys too. I moved all my coins to Tether when it was at the $3,400 mark, because I knew that, and I still believe it will, shoot down to the $2,000 level, right? A day and a half later, look at it. It went up almost 8%, almost back to 3,700. Now it's reaching the point on when I wanted to sell my coin. You got to be kidding me. Litecoin, what in the world is going on? 31, almost 32% jump. Something major happened in the market I have not heard about. Look at this. It's almost double digit across the board. The market cap went up $10 billion in 24 hours. See how fast things can turn around? Had I just sat on my hand, unfreaking believable. I'm not mad at all. Bitcoin dominance, 52.9%. So that dropped a little bit, which meant it's the altcoins that's having a rise. What in the world? What's the best performers? Litecoin is now number 4. Hey, I got to go back. I got to see that again. There's been a shuffling on the boards. Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin overtook EOS. Bitcoin Cash dropped down to 6. This used to be number 4. Tether's moved up. Just less than a year ago, they only had $1 billion in reserve. Now they're up to $2 billion. So that's growing. Tron is 8. Stellar's back in the top 10. Binance Coin's 10. Bitcoin SV's been pushed out of the top 10. Cardano. This is very, very healthy. Okay, I got to look at this a little bit closer. A new article just popped up on my thing. Here's Bitcoin. Captain Kirk. Is William Shatner next to take the lightning torch? All right, I'll read that one later. Look at this. This just happened. This just skyrocketed. It went from 30. People made a lot of money on this. Last price, 36.60. 24-hour low was 33.81. 24-hour high got to 37.34. Really? See, you know what? I'm not even going to say it wasn't emotion. Look at it, just went up again, 8%. Ethereum's up 13. Litecoin 29. EO 16. There might be breaking news while I'm talking, so I'm going to make sure that we monitor any new news that's taken place while I'm talking. This is happening live right now. This entire jump. So this is exciting. Let's see how high that can go. Let me look at the bots in here. So we got this bot here. Got a buy order at 36.58 and a sell order at 3,700. So he's pushed this up by $50 almost, but still 40, around $40. Let's look at the buy sell wall. Wow, look at this. So we got it sitting at 35.91. The sell wall's at 37.19, and then again at a lot of trading's going on. This thing's moving like fast. You see this? This is moving fast. A lot of volume's being moved right now. Dang, stay still for a second. 37.77. Where can it get to 3,800? I should have just sat on it because it's even. It can get to 4,000. A run up. Man, you win some, you lose some. That's just a run up. The nature of the game. That's just what happens. All right. So Peter Blackwell, hold on a second, he's blowing me up. Doing live talk. All after. All right. So let's look at some news. I mean, look at that market. It's exploding right now. So let's see some news. Okay. First, we'll go with international news. Public transportation across Argentina can now be paid with BTC. More adoption. You can pay with public transportation with BTC. Good morning, Patricia Davis, Moshe Frazier, Lorna Vasquez, Gina Muhammad, Mindy M. Okay. The National Contactless Smart Card is used to pay for public transportation throughout Argentina and can now be loaded with Bitcoin. These cards are valid for rides on buses, trains, subways, and motorboats in 37 cities, including the capital city of Buenos Aires, according to the Argentine government's website. Users of rechargeable contactless smart card, Sube Electrónico, can start funding it with BTC for use in 37 cities in Argentina, starting on Thursday, according to local news outlet Crypto 247. You know, I travel international, but one thing I've never been south of Tijuana. So I'm gonna put it on my list to visit South America, not Mexico. I mean, really South America. Also, Africa. I've never been to Africa. I've never been to Asia, and I want to go to Dubai. So I'm having those next on, my traveling list. I've been to Europe, Canada, and the U.S. That's it. These cards are promoted by the Argentine Secretary of Transportation and used to pay for public transportation services throughout Argentina. They are valid on buses, trains, subways, and motorboats. The government website details. Now, to travel by bus or shuttle underground metro in Buenos Aires, you'll need to get a rechargeable Sube travel card. The Buenos Aires tourism website notes, BTC top-up of these cards is possible due to the integration of online card funding platform Auto Viaje and fintech startup Bitex. And I know if you travel in like London, and you're going on the tube, there's this. Hey Tanya, what's the name of that card when we were in London that you used to travel? You got to use to pay for the buses and stuff. Oyster card, yeah. It's called the Oyster card in Europe or in London. So you take that Oyster card and you can use it to, you load it up. You can use it to get on the buses and the tube. And it's for public transportation. So I see this. I wonder, I haven't been to Atlanta in a long time to be doing public transportation, but no, we didn't have a MARTA card. We had tokens. I wonder if that's changed. We had to buy a whole bunch of tokens. While speaking, some new news has popped up on Toshi Times. Let's take a look here. Invest in stocks and ETFs with Bitcoin. Okay. The battle for dApps. Yeah. Bitcoin can make a comeback on Wall Street. That's old news. What's the new news? SEC commissioner teases leaked Bitcoin ETF. Really? That's new. Binance can survive any bear market. All right. Back to public transportation. Sube is the only card that allows you to pay for public transportation throughout Argentina. Oh, they're combined up with BitTex. I don't want to read all of this. I mean, we get the point. And soon you're going to start seeing cities all around the world are going to start following suit, using Bitcoin to pay for public transportation. Okay, next. 5 crypto-friendly countries to base your business. 5 crypto-friendly countries. Let's put this in the chat box. Good morning, Patty Moore, Skortala, Linda Reuter. Choosing the best country to set up a business is vital in this digital age, and especially so for crypto companies. As governments around the world continue to learn more about cryptocurrencies and elect to either crack down on them or allow them to flourish, some jurisdictions emerge as being better than others for launching a crypto startup. Many governments are still deciding what to do with cryptocurrency. While some are friendly towards it and see the benefit of crypto companies basing themselves in their jurisdiction, a number are openly hostile. If you're planning to launch a crypto-related business, it makes sense to study the regulatory framework and government policy in a number of jurisdictions before reaching a decision. Do you want to set up a business in a country that has historically had low taxation? If the country you are considering is receptive to crypto and there are no signs of impending tighter regulation, will you still be able to attract investors? Does it have a vibrant ecosystem of fintech companies that will support your business? These are all matters that should be considered before setting up shop. The following crypto-friendly countries all have their attributes and are worthy of consideration before you settle on your HQ. USA, booming bet right now. Really, USA made this list as a crypto-friendly country? This U.S. is unsurprisingly a hotbed of crypto companies. Many high-profile cryptocurrency exchanges, custody providers, wallet developers, and miners operate from the U.S., and the government is working to enact a clearer legal framework for crypto-related businesses. Policy varies state to state, and while taxation guidelines in the U.S. have generally been unclear, in December, lawmakers filed a bill to create tax exemptions for certain cryptocurrency transactions. Yes, remember we covered that, meaning all trading should be tax exempt. The only time you should be taxed is if you convert, I'm sharing my own opinion on this, if you convert your crypto into fiat. To me, that is when it should be taxed, not just because you're holding onto it, onto an exchange or your own wallets. The moment you convert it into fiat, yeah, go ahead and tax it. Not the 5 different ways they got right now. You guys know this? Because if you don't, I'm going to break it down to you. You're going to get taxed, 1, by buying it, 2, by holding it, 3, by trading it on an exchange. And that means every single freaking transaction 4, if the value of it rises, even if you didn't move anything around, your value increased, so they want their cut. And 5, the moment you move it into your bank account for fiat. That's 5 ways legally right now the government can tax your crypto. Did you know that? Education is key, when really it should only be 1, maybe 2 ways: by purchasing it and then when you sell it. That should be the only time. The cryptocurrency community in the US is thriving, and the technology is slowly entering the mainstream. For example, Ohio last year allowed companies in the state to pay a variety of taxes, from tobacco sales tax to employee withholding tax with Bitcoin. Oh, you see that? If they're doing employee withholding tax with Bitcoin, you know the next step's going to be, for those of you who still don't believe that this is going to take over the world, is you're going to start getting paid your salary, your commissions in Bitcoin. Now that I think about it, really, this is 2019. I've gone since September of 2017. I've only been paid in Bitcoin. Wow. It just hit me. I just had to think about that for a second. September 2017, all the way to now, February 2019. Strictly Bitcoin, crypto coins. Wow. I gotta have that talk with my dad about that. Switzerland has long been a crypto-friendly nation. Its government has been open to the idea of cryptocurrency, encouraging crypto startups to set up shop there, and in December announced a new legislative approach to blockchain. Switzerland's tax rate is also attractive. So Switzerland, yep, in general, the country boasts a low tax environment for businesses, and many Bitcoin service startups are already based in Switzerland. The country's tax regulator considers cryptocurrencies to be assets subject to wealth taxes that must be declared in annual returns. All right, enough about that. We know Switzerland. Who's next? Japan. Now, Japan is ahead of the game. With the number of crypto companies in Japan growing, December saw 190 companies express the intention of market entry. The tech-savvy country is an ideal jurisdiction to set up a cryptocurrency business. The island nation has a booming Bitcoin and cryptocurrency industry and was one of the first and only countries to recognize cryptocurrency within its legal system. You know, the first time I ever publicly mentioned Bitcoin on Facebook, because Facebook records everything, was July 2014, because I had a business partner in Japan. She owned a restaurant called the Pink Cow, and that restaurant was the first in Tokyo, I think in all of Japan, to have a Bitcoin ATM machine. And I posted it just July 2014. Did I buy Bitcoin then? You know what Bitcoin was worth at that time? I think maybe 200 something bucks. 2014 July, around 200, 300 bucks per coin. Maybe even down to 100, because that was in the bear season. So adoption is growing in the country too, with many businesses, restaurants, and cafes accepting crypto for payments compared to other countries and jurisdictions on this list. And last year, the country's Financial Services Agency published its draft report of new cryptocurrency regulations. The country also allowed 16 of the country's largest crypto. Oh yeah, new news is popping up. Newsflash: Bitcoin price smashes past 3,700. How high will it go? I will cover that in a second. All right, Singapore. Low tax, lots of talent. Okay. Singapore. Why is that country? Oh, ooh. Oh, wow. I'll save that for later. And I mean, maybe in a week or two, why Singapore is on my radar screen. Low tax, lots of talent. Wow, this is interesting how the universe lines up. The business-friendly, low-tax, and tech-friendly Singapore is another jurisdiction worth considering. although the previous regulatory framework for crypto wasn't entirely clear, and some businesses were unable to expand due to troubles with bank accounts. And I know somebody's going to shoot, Brandon, what are you talking about Singapore? Make a mental note about Singapore. Okay, just make a mental note about that, because you will probably hear me talk about that in the next couple of weeks. So the country's financial regulator said in October that it was very open to crypto companies working with banks to reach an agreement to allow these businesses to grow. Last year, the Central Bank of Singapore finalized the country's new regulatory framework for payment services, which now includes cryptocurrency. Singapore isn't quite on a par with Japan, but is moving in the right direction. Its large big tech and business community would also be ideal for attracting investors and talent for a crypto-focused startup. Wow. Luxembourg, most economically developed. Really? A tiny country of a little under 600,000. Luxembourg only has 600,000 people. Luxembourg boasts one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, Bitstamp. Tokyo-based Bitflyer also has offices in the European country after being granted a payment institution license to operate in the European Union. Luxembourg has long been a financial hub and business-friendly nation, and the country clearly sees the potential of cryptocurrencies. Crypto exchanges in Luxembourg are governed by the CSSF and must follow the same rules as other financial institutions. Regarding taxes, cryptocurrencies are treated as intangible assets and are not subject to income tax until they are disposed of, while cryptocurrency transactions are exempt from that. The country is also a good place to draw talent for a crypto company. With the innovative University of Luxembourg, which is currently working to enhance the security of crypto assets. All right. Next article up, and then I'm going to go into breaking news that just happened. Then I tell you guys, I guarantee there's going to be some breaking news while I'm talking. So we're going to get into that after this article here. Because this one, let's see how old this is. And it came out today, but I don't know how many hours ago. February 8th. 2.2 billion in climbing. How Litecoin surged 10% overnight to become the fourth largest cryptocurrency. Yeah, I'm curious about this. Where did Litecoin all of a sudden come from? And for you guys to know, Litecoin was one of the first altcoins that ever came to existence to be, Bitcoin 2.0. And it's been just, sitting in the background for the last 7 or 8 years. And my computer is moving slow on me, so just give us a second. Singapore. I have to put that on my list of a country I'm going to have to visit. I think I may not have a choice. But Singapore. All right, come on, computer. Don't mess with me now. Tommy, loving adoption of crypto. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Did I just lose entire internet access? I'm talking on my crypto phone, so I'm good here. All right, here we go. Finally. Will it let me paste? If you guys can still hear me, let me know in the chat box. I think I'm back. We're good to go. Okay. 2.2 billion in climbing. How Litecoin surged 10% overnight to become the fourth largest cryptocurrency. Come on, article. Litecoin has increased by more than 10% in value in the past 3 hours, from $33 to $38, becoming the fourth largest currency in the global crypto market. EOS, which secured its position. You know what, guys? I mean, Litecoin's not going to go anywhere. And at $38, that is cheap. What was the all-time high of Litecoin? Let's take a quick Oh, why did I do that? Knowing my computer is moving slow on me. Let's see if this will let us do this. I want to look at Litecoin's history. And I'll do it on my other computer that is moving very, very fast. Look, Litecoin is now $42. It's up 28%. It was $33 just last night. See the history. So at one point, January 2018 or December, Litecoin got move over 100. No, it was more than $100. 300, almost $400 a coin at its height. That's not bad. 327 there. So anyways, that would be a good buy right now, because eventually it's going to get it back up that high again. You can get a whole lot at this cheap of a price. All right, back to the article. The abrupt increase in the value of Litecoin comes in a period during which its open source developer community has made significant progress in implementing scaling and privacy solutions, such as confidential transaction and Mimblewimble. Since early January, Litecoin developers have been focusing on the implementation of confidential transactions and Mimblewimble solutions initially developed for the Bitcoin blockchain network in July 2016. The similarity in the structure of Litecoin and Bitcoin has allowed Litecoin developers to experiment with the two solutions in a relatively short period of time. Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, said last month that the Litecoin community is dedicated to complete the implementation of confidential transactions by the end of 2019. Fungibility is the only property of sound money that is missing from Bitcoin and Litecoin. Now that the scaling debate is behind us, the next battleground will be on fungibility and privacy. I am now focused on making Litecoin more fungible by adding confidential transactions. Litecoin team devs spent hours discussing how to add confidential transactions. The way to do a soft fork CT is very similar to doing extension block. An extension block may be simpler and can do a lot more, Lee said. This is all nerd talk right now. I mean, whatever. We have started exploration towards adding privacy and fungibility to Litecoin by allowing on-chain conversion of regular LTC into a Mimblewimble variant of LTC and vice versa. Upon such conversion, it will be possible to transact with Mimblewimble LTC in complete confidentiality. I have absolutely no idea what the heck they're talking about. This is all programming stuff. But this programming stuff might be the reason why, I don't even think this is why Litecoin jumped. It's got to be a different factor, because it's not only Litecoin that jumped, the entire market jumped. So it's not any one thing that Litecoin did. You know what they say, when you fill up the river, all boats rise with the rising river. And I'm seeing a little downturn a bit. When I went down to 121 billion from 122. So we could be seeing, like Da Vinci says, a soft cat bounce. However, and this is what's kind of pissing me off, I'm going over in my head why I did what I did. And when I look at the charts, every time, let me go back to the 1 month. Even, now you see this, we've seen this before. Let me go back even 3 months. You've got a drop, flatline, drop, kind of flatline, drop, flatline, drop, a bounce, drop, bounce, drop, bounce, but it's steadily, every time it's gone up, the bounce has always been on a downward trajectory. Then we had here in December 17th, we start to see it go up again, right? Then it bounced back down. Then we had a soft cat bounce here, flat, bounce. We had it go up a bit, flatline. This was all in January, dropped. Flatline, drop. Then we had a bounce again. Flatline for almost a week. Little bit of up and then drop. This is what I think may be happening right now. So this is why you got to be very careful. We had a long flat line. It bounced a bit, made it look like, oh, we're about to go back up again. It flatlined and then dropped lower than the previous flat line. Went up just a bit, flatlined. This is going to the end of January, dropped. This is when it went from that 3,600 all the way down to the 3,400 mark. And we've been sitting there all the way until now. Here's what I thought. And then it dropped again. That was just a couple of days ago. Based on this chart, I thought the next thing is going to be another drop down to here, closer to the 3,000 mark. And that's why I put all of my coins in Tether, to let it sit there. So if it goes down to the 2,000, then I will move it back into Bitcoin. But look at what happened. The freaking opposite happened today. It didn't drop. It came up all the way to the 3,700 mark. But it's still not as high as where it was in January, right here. So to me, this is what I call fool's gold, where we saw the bump up here and then it dropped again. We saw the bump up here and then it dropped. So I'm just going to wait, because this is just happening right now, and see if this is a soft cat bounce and then it goes back down to here. Maybe it rises. Maybe this was the floor. All the experts are claiming it's in the 2,000 range, but maybe this was the floor. And now we're starting to see the rebound. I don't know. So I'm not kicking myself because I feel that my projections were accurate. I didn't expect this, but I'm not going to react off of emotion right now, and I'm just going to sit back and watch. But look at this, Litecoin up 28%. But I'm starting to see a change. Let's go back to the 6-hour mark. I need my 5-minute chart. I hate this new map here. I haven't learned how to read this properly, so I can't get to my 5-minute candlesticks. But I'm starting to see a reversal. I don't know. We'll see. Well, if anything major happens, I'll make sure I do a crypto talk tonight, because I want to watch this chart all day today, see what's going down. But anyways, let's look at the latest news. Maybe it's going to shed some light on something. I love this stuff. This is exciting. I love being educated, learning new stuff. All right. Here's what I saw about Captain Kirk. Is Will Shatner next to take on the lightning torch? Dow bleeds below 25,000. Is that why the crypto market's jumping up? People taking their coins out of the Dow and moving into the crypto? Newsflash, Bitcoin price smashes past 3,700. How high will it go? Hold on, I want to look at the other news that just came out. Trump's trade war bombshell pummels Dow, but Bitcoin mounts recovery. Okay, let's go to this one. And I'll put this link in the chat box. And those of you that like to do your own research and listening stuff, I get my news primarily from 3 sources. Toshi Times, I think it's news.btc.com, and then CCN. That's where I get my news. The Bitcoin price smashed through 3,700 as the cryptocurrency market assembled one of its largest intraday recoveries in recent memory. That always happens. I move my stuff, and then it's going to have record-breaking movement in the opposite direction. Bitcoin had entered the U.S. trading session on a minor incline and continued to inch upward throughout the morning. Shortly before 1700 UTC time, what time is that? UTC, what is that? A wave of buy pressure hit the Bitcoin markets, carrying the flagship cryptocurrency from 3,450 to 3,700 within a matter of minutes. That's how fast this can happen. The Bitcoin price ultimately peaked at 3,711 before settling back down to a present value of 3,656. Bitcoin has been wrestling with bearish technical factors throughout the first 2 months of 2019, coming uncomfortably close to critical support at 3,100 on multiple occasions. Now, hold up, though. Where's this coming from? I just read last night how the market is having more flatline because we're into the Chinese New Year. And that is when everybody in Asia sells their coins because they need some extra money to do their vacations and stuff. So where's this bump coming from? Analysts have said that Bitcoin would, at the very least, need to punch back through 3,500 if it hoped to avoid another major sell-off that would potentially take it as low as 2,270. It remains to be seen whether this rally will hold or if it's just another dead cat bounce. Hey, didn't I just say that? Dead cat bounce. But following nearly 14 months of gut-wrenching declines, today's spike should give the bulls something to cheer about. I'm going to sit on this one. If it passes 4,000, then I'll get excited. I'm going to sit on this one. I'm going to call it a dead cat bounce. Let's see what happens over the next couple of days. The market gained 10 billion in a matter of minutes. It can also lose 15 billion in the same amount of time. So the only thing as far as international news that I can see that is impacting this is these two things right here. The Dow. But what caused the Dow to bleed? Donald Trump. So something Donald Trump did with his trade war impacted the Dow, which has impacted the crypto market. Until I see any other news, let's see, a central bank digital currency may lead to, whatever. Sony shares jump if Japanese giant announces unprecedented, whatever. Yeah, I only see two things here. The trade war and the Dow. No other major news where this new money's coming from. Anyways, that is all for Crypto Talk. There is a Valentine's Day special. Those of you that still want to eliminate your cell phone bill. In fact, let me see if it's even on the website. I got an email about it. go5mobile.com. Litecoin does everything. It's programmed to do everything Bitcoin was to do except better. The only problem is Bitcoin is the granddaddy of them all. It's got the name recognition. So that's why it's ahead of Litecoin. All right, I see this. Normal price is $589 now. 5-year mobile service plan, $589. However, if you put, whoa. No, we got to hear $489. If you put in promo code LOVE 2019, so anybody that wants this, promo code LOVE 2019, you still get it for $300. Are you going to save any money? Check this out. I spend about $343 a month on 4 cell phones. Okay? That's a total 5-year savings of $18,624. $18,624 in savings. What am I going to do? Sit here and say, no, thank you. I don't want the SIM card. I'm just going to pay a full phone bill. Get out of here. 18,000 savings. But here's what I also like coming out. These new Demora phones. Healing phones. Industry best guaranteed, unlocked GSM devices, screen value. And you put your SIM card right in here on these Duro Demoro mobile phones. There'll have to be more details about this later. But we're talking about how would you like to have a phone that you only need to charge one time and you have it charged for 30 days? Unlimited data, satellites link up and all that stuff. Oh yeah, cell phone wars are coming. I love technology. All right, that's it, guys. Again, if you want that, you got to go5mobile.com and use promo code LOVE2019 for the next 7 days to get it for $300. And you're right, Lashana. 18 grand, you can purchase a few green machines. Got that right. Speaking of the green machines, there's a new batch that is coming in right now. I think 4,000 machines or so. $37.50. The machines right now are doing about 8,000 coins a day. Do the math. Let's do the math here. If you do not have a machine, you want to get a machine. Let's play with some numbers. 8,000 coins a day on average. That's about 240,000 coins a month. Now, what we do not know is what is the value of those coins? Well, let's just go into dream mode. Let's look at CoinMarketCap, for example. Ethereum, no, I don't want to use Ethereum. Ripple, 41 billion coins in the circulating supply. There's going to be 50 billion of green when all is said and done. There ain't no 50 billion on the market right now, but Ripple's at 31 cents. Let's say that green is only going to be 1/3 of that at 10 cents. Okay. Times 10 cents. That's about $24,000 worth of coins a month. One machine, if it gets to 10 cents. Remember, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how many coins you're going to accumulate. You want to accumulate as many coins as possible. What if, let's look at another coin on the market that has similarities. And similarities, I mean by the amount of coins that's ever going to be. Stellar, but it's 19 billion coins. Binance, 141 million. Cardano, 25 billion. Ripple's the only one that really comes closest. But we can, let's play around with Stellar. Stellar at 19 billion coins at 8 cents. Let's say it is half that, 4 cents. Okay. 240,000 coins times 0.04. That's $9,600 a month worth of coins. Would you rather buy the golden goose or the golden egg? I'm sorry, the golden egg or the golden goose producing golden eggs every single month? That's every month. Now, as each month goes by, the number of coins mined is going to start to drop. This is why you want to get on as fast as possible. I believe the sweet spot is between now and the next 6 months. The sweet spot is between July and December. And then the highly profitable will be all of 2020. But the sweet spot is right now. The last 6 months is already over with. You can't go back. If those of you that got them 6 months ago, hey, you're in a good position now. You already got millions of coins. Imagine that. Imagine this. Let's play with another. Let's say you're sitting on 3 million coins. 3 million coins after 6 months. I think that's about 2 machines. About 2 machines get 3 million coins after 6 months. Let's go at times 1/3 of Ripple times 10 cents, right? Now we're looking at, times 0.10 cents, $300,000. So if you had 2 machines that started up in July, you've got it, or however many machines, but you've got $3 million worth of coin, or 3 million coins right now. If it is on an exchange worth 10 cents, that's $300,000. Now think about how much money you invested and what your return is based on today's numbers. What if it is only at 4 cents? And these numbers there's no guarantee what the price of the coin is going to be. We don't know that yet. I'm just speculating here, looking at what other coins are doing. Times point, 0.04 cents. 120,000. Let's look at, let me see, there's another cheap coin here on the market. Bytecoin. That's 0.0006. I don't want to use, that's 184 billion coins. Let's see, 133 million, 11 billion Digibyte, 170 billion Pundi-X. Yeah, I think really Ripple's the closest with 41 billion. Anyways, you can play with the numbers yourself. I would highly suggest you get your hands on a couple of the rigs while they're still highly profitable. Ride that wave. All right, everybody, have a great Friday. There will not be late night crypto talk. I will be out getting my wing stop. But if there is some major news, I probably will hop on and do a late night crypto talk based on what the market's doing, especially if this thing breaks 4,000. I'll come back and do crypto talk. We'll talk about it. I hope you learned something new. As always, that is the point. Again, if you want that cheap SIM card, go5mobile.com, put in promo code LOVE2019, and get back to whoever's showing you this to get your hands on some mining rigs. Don't be like, man, I wish I would have got one. All right, everybody, have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.